Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Alice. I'll be talking about faith-infused lifestyle. Yes, join me on this journey as I'll be talking about issues of life from a standpoint or perspective of faith. Topic of today is what's next after school. There's always this thrill that comes with finishing school, done and dusted. Now, fast forward after school, we're back home. What happens? A lot of us, next thing usually in Nigeria is going for internship, NYSC or law school. Be it as the case may be, some people go for these three programs immediately. These three programs are a 1-year program, and you could actually start immediately, or you might have gap months in between before you start. That's in between leaving school and going for the next phase. This period is actually a very important period, and a lot of us don't realize it until we're actually in the period. We don't realize it before the period until we're actually in the period. So now, what are the major things to do? What are the major things to do during this period? That in case you have a gap month like me, in case you have gap month like me or any other person. Now, get a skill. It's very important to get a skill. Get a life skill. Get a skill that could be tradable later on, that could be useful for you later on. You have to pray to God to lead you to get the right skill, because it's possible for you to get a skill that you're not going to use in the next 20-30 years. Yes, you're going to have the knowledge, all right, well and good, but you're not going to use it. You're not going to be very practical with it. That's what happened to a lot of us. A lot of people have a lot of skills that they've learned and they're not using it. They could probably have used that time to learn something more relatable to what they're doing now and be better at what they're doing now, but there was no foresight at that point in time. Written in the scripture, we serve a God that knows the end from the beginning. So why not just ask him and let him lead you, instead of learning a skill that you probably not use or will not be useful for you 10, 20, 30 years down the line. So it's important to get a skill, and in getting a skill, get the right skill that will be useful for you in your journey of life. Point number 2, the gap month is the period where you actually can get a consistent prayer altar. Spiritually, get a consistent prayer altar. Like if you think you should be waking up by 5 a.m. to actually pray or have a quiet time, God, this is the time to build it, to actually let your body get used to it, be consistent and build a pattern. Because definitely a lot of us will go to internship, law school, will start working and all this kind of stuff, and if you've not built a pattern before then, it's going to be very difficult to build a pattern while in that process. It will be very difficult for you to adjust. So if you already have a pattern, a consistent pattern before the program, it's easy to just continue your pattern, just go along with the flow and continue. Because a lot of us are like, okay, now while we're in school, you probably wake up by 6, then classes by 8, then you can sort out yourself, or whenever you wake up you pray and all. But you have to realize that when you're going to start work or start doing something major, you're going to have to wake up. Probably you have to be in the office by 8, and if you live in a place like Lagos, you have to leave your house 6, 7. So obviously, if you want to have a quiet time with God, you know that you have to wake up earlier than that. You cannot wake up by 6, because by the time you wake up by 6, you're going to be rushing to get ready, go to work and all that. So you have to actually get up earlier than that, far earlier than that. So, and it's not easy to actually just stand up and decide that, okay, I'm going to break now by 5. It takes a lot of time for your body to be accustomed to that kind of thing. So you have to be consistent about it, be intentional, and actually create a consistent pattern for your prayer altar. Now, I'm not saying now, apart from this time, you're not going to pray again, but just it's good to have this time that, okay, yes, 5 to 6 every day I am with God, 4 to 5 every day. This is my quiet time and nothing shakes it. This is standard time for my me time with God. Now, the next thing is adapting and tolerance. They are very important, and these are the 2 major things I have learned this couple of months. The past couple of months, I have been stretched. Like my level of tolerance have been stretched. When I mean tolerance in relating with people, I have met with people from different backgrounds, and they do not see things the way I see things. They see things from a different point of view from the way I see things. I cannot say because there are differences in our views and I will not be able to relate. I had to learn how to relate with them, even if we don't see things eye to eye. We don't see things on the same levels. We don't understand things or see things from the same perspective. I had to learn how to tolerate their opinions. I had to learn how to tolerate or accept people's opinions, that do not see things eye to that we do not see things eye to eye. I had to learn to adapt to situations I was not used to. I had to greatly learn how to tolerate people, and that was something, yes, I had in school, because I met people from different state and different community, but coming out and being at home for a while, it was like a whole new different thing. And a lot of people might not actually, it might not be like that for a lot of people. Probably when you go for internship or you go for your NYC, or after internship or NYC, you might do your internship or your NYC in somewhere you're comfortable. Eventually, you're going to have to go to a place where people will not see eye to eye with you. You will not see on the same perspective. You people did not come from the same community or didn't grow up in the same environment. So definitely your views on things will be a lot different. But you have to actually be able to relate to them to work better, or to achieve a greater good, or to achieve a greater aim. Plan ahead and walk towards your goal. Like, walk towards your goal in the long run. Even when you make plans, and a lot of times our plans might not come the way we actually wanted them to. It might not come the way we envisioned them to, but that does not stop you. It said each time you fall, you have to rise again. It's hard. It's hard rising up again most times, but the more you fall and the more you rise, the more you fall, you rise, you fall, you rise. It's easier to rise each time you fall again, and eventually you will still get the success you hope for, the success you desire. I am of that strong faith. The wait can be long. The wait might be long. The wait might be very tiring, mentally, emotionally tiring. I'm living proof of that. But that's why it's important to have a plan. It's important to have an anchor, which is Christ. We believe an anchor is Christ. I say something, Christ is my ride and leave. So in everything, whenever things are coming up, down, I just tell myself, you have a good ride and leave. And it will never let me down. So it is important to plan ahead and not let small failures or small bumps along the way deter you from going to your journey. Traveling and you're going on a road, not all roads are great. Some roads are with a lot of bumps, trust me, I know that. Now, because you come across the first bump and you're like, okay, it's harder to actually climb a bump, because you have to accelerate, add more force to the car for the car to actually go up. But you say, no, because of the first bump, I'm just going to park my car and stop. No, you actually go down to your destination. But you just know that each time you come across a bump, you just need to add a little more force, so your car can come out, or your car or your vehicle can move over the bump, so you can, at the end of the day, get to your destination. So this is a major thing. A lot of us, it's easy, it's like I say, it's better said than done. You have to be very intentional in this step. If you're not careful, you will just, everything will just come rushing into you at once, and you will just be like, I can't do this no more. So you have to be very intentional in your actions. You have to be very, very, very intentional in your actions, and mentally, like if it's for you to create a vision board on somewhere in your room or somewhere where you can see it daily, just to remind you every day that this is my goal, and I am not going to stop till I get to that goal. I am not going to stop till I get to that goal. Try not to dissociate yourself from people, because there are people who we know at times can help us along this long wait. I know there's some people who can actually help us, assist us, learn to open up at times. But now, in opening up, let's open up to the right people. Now, in the scriptures, it says, write down the vision down on a plane, so those who see it can run along with it. Now, it is very important for you to have a plan and a goal. So even if there are times where you forget or you just lost focus, seeing that will help you bring your mind back set on that goal. So it's very important, and it's very required. It's very important, and it's mostly required that you set a goal for yourself, and let yourself be aligned. All right. In case you like the video, please do well to comment, like, and subscribe, and share with your friends. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much.